Ronald Acuna Jr. Ronald Acuna Jr. Triple Crown here, February 10th, 2024, the weekend of the Super Bowl. Here I am making some deals, trying to make sure I get all my pronunciations right for today's video. And we're coming out of the gate hot. You can see I'm already making a deal right as I turn the camera on for the first time. We're set up at Xenia today. Let's go ahead and see how we do.
This stuff added to 310. I wanted to be at 250.
Okay.
Downtowns, I mean, I'm fine paying stronger. I comping anywhere from 225 to like 260, you know.
On that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some unsold at like 230.
That's better than what I thought it was, so that's good.
Like, I'd give you 200 bucks there. So 450 all in.
You'll notice me pull something new out of my bag of tricks here. I normally will break down cards like this on these post-it notes when I am trying to buy with Justin. Today I'm trying it on my own, not only to buy but to sell as well. Why am I doing this? Well, this allows me to see kind of how I would break it down if this gentleman got his number overall for all these cards. He threw out a large number of 450 at me on all these cards. And while that's a big number and it sounds like a lot, I don't know if that's exactly what I want for these 4 cards specifically. So using my spreadsheet and using these post-it notes, I can better dissect the deal to make sure that I'm coming away with what I want for all 4 of these cards. About 475.
Couldn't get to 475. Like 460. The Goffs are just, it's like, I know he's on the downturn.
Did you see he has the CJ Stroud to him?
Yeah. I didn't know he got one. Well, I saw that.
Sorry.
Yeah, 460 is fine. Good deal. Appreciate it. Alright, this ended up being a success. The only card that I was a little held up on was the Gibbs. I'd basically be breaking even on it, moving it at the number that he wanted, how I broke down the other ones. So I'm able to kind of squeeze a little bit more. We meet halfway, and that way the Gibbs becomes profitable along with the other cards. Not too bad of a start considering I have only set out about half the cards in my showcase. Hopefully it continues. Let's see what we have next. Let me show you what our final setup looked like. This is Mike's table, Cards Across America. He's set up right next to me, and that's really nice to have a friend like that. Not only because he can just watch my stuff in case I need to go to the bathroom or grab a snack, and vice versa as well on his behalf, but also because he can make deals for me, and I can make deals for him. We trust each other enough to kind of know what we want out of our cards and to make the right decision. So you see his stuff here. He has his showcases split so that we don't have our value boxes kind of merged together there. And there's that little gap in our table as well. You can see his wrestling stuff and non-sports in that case there. We move over to my case. You have all my value boxes with my sign laying out the pricing. I have my buying sign there as well as the payment methods that I accept. And then my case is laid out. It's organized by sport, and then I try to keep like players together and like cards together, so Hall of Fame autographs kind of all stick together. All the graded stuff is at the top of the case, some prism color down below. Now that we're fully set up, it's time to make some more sales. What's up, man? How we doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Is the Hertz a rookie, the Oculus?
Yeah. It's got a couple of issues with it.
Oh, yeah. That wasn't graded, but you don't see them very often.
Right.
The Oculus ones. I forget, I bought stuff off you somewhere. I forget where it was. I see the fields.
Yeah.
Dad, when are we gonna leave?
In just a few, buddy. Hold on.
It sounds like Dad is on the clock with his card shopping decisions today.
This is the best you can do for this, strawberry, and those three.
You wanted these 3 right here? I'm very pleased with myself right now because several of those baseball autos I just pulled out were from a collection that I had purchased that had just arrived in the mail really early that morning. I sprinted over to the post office to go grab it out of my P.O. box before they were even open. And I'm glad I did. It just goes to show you never know exactly what's going to sell. If I had not brought those with me, I wouldn't have had this opportunity to make this sale. Now I can kind of break them down, figure out where I want to be, and hopefully get this thing done.
Yeah.
150.
Huh? He's going to Frankenstein.
150.
Yeah. The stickies add up to 155. It's like another $5 off just to make it an even number.
How long is it taking to get there? Huh?
Can we do 165 with that one?
With ETN?
Yeah.
I'll do 170 with ETN.
That's fine.
Alright, I'll grab that out. Very happy to get this deal done. That Fields card is a gold shimmer out of Prism Draft. I don't normally mess with Prism Draft stuff, but it was one of those where I felt the price was right, and I would take a bit of a chance on it. My gut told me that it was worthwhile, and it's always nice to have that pay off. It's even nicer when it pays off right away. A nice solid chunk to add on to. Already a pretty good start to the show. Small programming note, I made a sale off camera earlier on in the show that was kind of a prearranged deal. I do include it in my show total because, hey, sometimes people might not make it to the show. Things happen, and that's why I include it in the show. That was for an Anthony Richardson auto. I sold some value box stuff as well, and now we are approaching 810. My goal for the day was 1,000, so we're well on our way there. But what do you do when you sell a bunch of cards? Well, you go out and you try to buy some cards. So I had a ton of people coming up trying to sell stuff today, perhaps more than ever before. And you see here, I pull out a few cards I'm interested in. I need cheap football slabs. They always move for me, seemingly regardless of the player. There's a little Charlie Jones, Bengals rookie blue wave there. That's just going to be a little gift to Justin. And then he's got this really sweet Tom Brady, Joe Montana dual relic booklet. Game used materials, you definitely don't see that anymore for various reasons. But I really want that booklet. That is what I call an eye candy card. It's a card that even if it just sits in my case for a while, it's one that will definitely draw attention. And I like to have a few cards like that in my case that serve multiple purposes. It's good to have a good card. It's also nice to have a card that will catch people's eyes as they're walking by. Let's see if we can go ahead and land these cards.
Pretty lucky. I mean, I live 20 minutes from here, so it's like I feel like it is because like I come through here and go through the border box.
How much realistically do you think it's worth? Because it hasn't sold in a while.
Good stuff.
I think it's worth 200.
Okay, I could see that. As you'll see, this card is not sold in quite some time. My gut tells me it's anywhere from 2 to 250, so him saying 200 makes me feel a lot better about it. I think if I put it out at 250, I could easily get 2 for it, maybe a little bit more, and then use the 2 as solely profit if he'll come down to 200 for the whole stack. So that's going to be my approach here.
Are you looking for a price on like all three?
Yeah, I don't mind giving you $3 for that. That's fine.
Basically all two, because I'll just throw the Charlie Jones in if you look at a deal on those two. 220. Did you see anything on the Tua?
Yeah, that one's all over the place, anywhere from 20 to 40. So it's take your pick. How's it going, man? Yeah.
How much are?
I'm sorry, these are buy one get one free. They're $1 a piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 50 cents if I get 2.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
But just so I don't have to bust out the quarters. Buy one get one free, basically. That's cool.
Yeah. No, I get it. I only brought dollars. So.
Yeah. I've yet to have someone bust out the quarters at a card show, but I know it's coming.
Please no.
I know it's coming.
They just have like they have the stack. They just like set it down.
Someone's getting the roll out on me. Yeah, 200's fine. You got a deal. There we go. I can't remember if I talked him down to 200 or he talked himself down to 200. Whatever the case was, we got the deal done, and now he has a little extra money to spend at the show, and I get a cool Brady card to add to my inventory. Very nice. Love it. Forgot to hit record, unfortunately, to show the negotiating part here, but this gentleman came up to us, and this is the beauty of having repeat customers. He's someone who I've bought from plenty of times before. He always has a lot of nice graded stuff and values his cards really fairly, and it's pretty straightforward. I know what to expect. I'm going to pay 80% of the value to him whenever I see this here, if we can agree upon a value, and just one of many deals that we've done before. So Justin buys a card for himself. Mike jumps in with a card, and then I get 2 slabs as part of the deal. And we kind of figure it out together. So the 3 musketeers kind of come together to all buy a few cards all at once. So I get this Dan Marino Genesis at UC, and then that Chris Olave Ice insert from Optic. You know, I love my ice, especially my blue ice prisms for my set. That one's not going towards the set. Wrong year, wrong product, but still cool. I like to pick them up whenever I can. And then I get squared away with Justin for what I owe him, put these back out of my case, and move along.
You act like you're ever going to move too late.
No, I mean I can. I mean I'm good at that event that I'm going to go to.
Who's going to be there?
They're going to have all like the sponsors that we have.
What would you do 100 for?
You do 120.
About 150 with the Kyler Ice.
Yeah, it's fine. For sure, man. Thank you. All right, that works out perfectly. I'm into that Peyton Manning at $100. That's why I came back at 120, hoping he'd say 110, but taking the Kyler at 40 allows me to move the Peyton at 110, and then moving the Kyler at 40, pretty much doubling up on what I had into that one at that point. Which, hey, not too bad. Move 2 cards, make 2 deals profitable at the same time.
Is the burrow?
Feel free to just grab whatever you want out of there. It's probably easy.
Look at the burrow.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think that's good. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything I might like.
You just want quarterbacks, or are you looking for anybody else?
Honestly, anything. I also PC like Cleveland and Ohio State stuff. So if you have any like in a box or whatever, I'll always take a look.
Ohio State, like in an OSU uni or pro uni?
OSU uni preferred, but like if you have pro uni, like obviously I love Stroud, but he's so expensive.
Right. I have this Olave that I just got. I have the Kareem Hunt. It's wrong uniform, but
yeah. Is the Olave numbered, or is it just the?
Yeah, it's out of 15. It's the ice.
Take a look at it.
Couple of things that I want to point out here. The first one is pointing out cards to the customer that they are expressing interest in. This guy tells me that he's an Ohio State fan and a Cleveland Browns fan, and therefore I identify some of the cards that I have that fit what he's looking for. The reason this may be beneficial is because we sometimes can assume that everybody knows exactly what we have in our case, but there's a lot of cards in the room, and sometimes they tend to blend together. I know that normally I'll walk around a show a couple of times because there's almost always something that I missed walking by the first time that catches my attention, and then I go back to it later. Whereas if I'm able to identify a card, maybe it's something that this guy didn't see initially and wouldn't have noticed if I didn't say something. Not always, but sometimes that does happen. The second thing, you'll notice I put that Olave Ice right back out. You'll notice that the Brady booklet is also in the case up there in the top right corner of the bigger showcase. The reason that I'll put these cards back out is because my model deals a lot in high volume of deals rather than larger cards. To be successful, I have to turn over things at a much faster rate because I'm dealing with smaller cards. And because of that, I want to make sure that I give myself as many opportunities to sell things. I'm in a good market for Chris Olave, being only about an hour away at most from Ohio State's campus. There's a lot of Buckeye fans that congregate here at the Xenia show, and because of that, this is a really good spot to try to sell that card, which is why I put that back out. Do I always put stuff back out? No, not necessarily, but if I think that it is likely to move at the show, I definitely want it out there and to get eyes on it as quickly as possible.
Alright, so let's see. I just don't know where to value this. Where would you be at for those 4?
You don't want that one?
Yeah, I'll pass on this one.
Let's start with these because then we know where you want to be for this. So.
I have a pretty good idea in my head, so I think it's like 120 full.
That's what you think?
Yeah, I mean, where do you want to be at on that? I'm just trying to gauge.
I kind of feel like I'm negotiating against myself on this burrow a little bit, which I try not to do, but because we're working out a bulk deal here, I'm willing to kind of figure out a bundle price. One thing that I normally won't do if it's just a single card transaction is, as I said, negotiate against myself when someone approaches with the phrase of, like, do you have any room? What's your best on this? What's the lowest that you'll go on this? Just because I kind of strip myself of all negotiating power. But on bundle deals, it's a little bit different. Multiple card deals, I'll always try to come up with a bundle price to work with as opposed to just single card deals.
Yeah, I would do $130.
On all these here?
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that.
Have a counter for me?
I could meet you halfway at like $150, but that'd be about it.
Ooh, I was gonna say I'll meet you at 140.
No, I'll be at 150.
Did you throw me the Mahomes optic?
I would at 160.
Let's see. I'll do 160, but also with the Cunningham. I checked and those are pretty cheap, at least for the shimmers. The gold shimmers.
You want these two for 160 here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Let's do it.
I'll take a picture. Alright, I did make this deal, but you'll notice I didn't use the sticky notes here, and I kind of learned the importance of using the sticky notes because I kind of miscalculated in my head. Realistically, I wanted to be at 170. Really, really realistically, I wanted to be at 180, but I could live with 170, and I settled for 160. Is it a huge difference? No, and hopefully this is a relationship builder. We make more deals in the future here. But that's how breaking it down on the post-it notes might come in handy for me in the future. So looking back in hindsight, I probably could have done a little bit differently here. But hey, you know what? Still made the sale, and that's what's most important.
Every baseball person I talk to swears that this guy's the real deal, so I bought a second one of those.
As long as someone believes in it more than the price that you pay, that's what really matters.
Hey, good talking with you.
Good to meet you, man.
I'll see you around. Maybe we'll see at the National.
Cool. Good luck. Brian doesn't edit.
How's it going today?
Good, how about you?
Good.
Do you have any more mascot cards?
Just Capper.
Just Capper?
Yeah.
Alright, I might have to see.
That one's the foil version, so they're like 1 in every 4 cases. They're allegedly a very tough pull. It's time for a little multitasking here. So I have a gentleman who comes up. He's interested in a couple of things that I have, and also is looking to potentially sell some things as well. So while I look through his case, Ryan, Card Collector 2, is over there off to the left, and he's looking to strike a deal on a couple of things as well. So while I try to negotiate a deal here with this gentleman for some of his stuff, I also try to work out a sale with Ryan, and that's what happens sometimes at these shows. I try to handle as many people as possible at once, but handling it on my own at times does make that a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, they're like real hard to find.
I got something here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What's up?
Thank you.
I'm surprised he had a good year with the Bears this year.
I got to throw it to someone.
Yeah.
He's always been good at Carolina. If I had to guess, this is probably like 50 to 60 is where I would value it at.
Okay.
I value this one around 100, so I'd probably pay like 120 for the pair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you do 130?
I had to be at 120, sorry.
120?
Yeah.
Okay. You said 60 for this one? Or
Yeah, I'm more interested in this one here.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I think about it?
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Walk around, think about it.
Yeah.
I'm here all. Kind of regret not taking his counter offer at 130 right now, but oh well. Sometimes hindsight is 20/20, and you wish you would have taken certain deals, but nothing I can do about it now. Gonna try to close out the sale with Ryan though.
Those two, I mean, depending on the room on that or this, I think the last row also I saw was like 180.
Yeah.
181. So
That's what I think
guess
too.
it'll depend on like what kind of room you have.
So these two you're more interested in these two right here, right?
Yeah. I mean, it just depends, I guess, on those.
If we did 200 on that, would you be interested?
Oh, it's probably closer. Yeah.
Okay. If I said 150 on that,
Yeah, it's probably pretty good.
and if I put 50 for both these to make it an even 4,
That's cool. I can live with that.
sweet. Appreciate Ryan stopping by and making another quick and easy deal. Always a pleasure to work with. And the sticky notes, again, really helping me out here visualize the deal. Sometimes I have so many thoughts running through my head that I just need something as a visual to kind of keep me grounded and keep me on track here. And I definitely am going to be bringing out that Post-it pad. It was one of the MVPs of the day for sure.
Alright, what could you do on those for me? Looks like you got picked over.
A little bit.
Late.
Yeah. They were here at 9 a.m. doing it, so there's, unless they were here at like 8:30 when I first walked in,
A
then,
little early.
yeah. I could do 160 on all of them. I think I got a 200 sticker.
Cool, that works.
All right, sweet.
PayPal?
I have Venmo.
Okay, that works.
That deal was also incredibly easy, and I'm glad that I could get it done. Another strong sale, and really at this point, the video is long enough. I'm going to cut it off here. I ended up having yet another record day here at Xenia. This is the most I've ever done in sales at this show, and that is now 4 consecutive months in which I've been able to say that. I don't know how long this will last. In fact, if I can even match this total next month, I would be extremely shocked and extremely grateful. But I think there's only 2 times today where I walked away from something, and it was both times where I was trying to buy cards, and we had gotten deep into the negotiations. Unfortunately, one of them that I thought would have been really cool, I again forgot to hit record, so I need to get better at that. But I'm hoping to move into some bigger stuff here going forward. I'm feeling like it's time to kind of upgrade a little bit, as much as I like to dabble in some of the lower end stuff and stick to a couple $100 a card at most. It might be time to take some bigger swings. So next weekend at Eastgate, I'm going to attempt to do that. But until next time, thank you very much for watching the video. Let me know what you think of today's vlog in the comments down below. Until then, take care, stay safe, be kind.